Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. It's Friday, it's 5 a.m. and the L Word is out for another week, and L Word Day is a wild day each and every week. I love the build up. I love seeing everybody so excited for the episode. So now that you all have watched the episode, let's talk about the trailer for next week, episode 5, the halfway mark, unbelievably, of season 2. I feel like everything is just going by in a flash. And this episode, I think a lot of people are really going to like it because there's so much going on. I have a sneak peek to show you. I've got the trailer. We're going to talk about some things. I'm going to, put in a little bits of details because, as you guys know, I've been lucky enough to see the episode already. So without any further ado, let's get right into talking about the L Word Generation Q Season 2, Episode 5, Lobsters 2. Also, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel so that you don't miss out on any stuff like this, any trailers, any sneak peeks. Like this week, I posted a sneak peek of this episode, and if you don't have notifications on, I can't tell you about it. So make sure that those are switched on, and if you are excited for episode 5, leave a big thumbs up on the video. Okay, so we're gonna do what we usually do. I'm gonna watch the trailer through, talk about everything in the trailer except the Bette and Tina stuff, and then I'm gonna play the sneak peek, and then I'm gonna talk about all the Bette and Tina stuff all together. Why would they spoil this?
I don't think my dad needs a kidney. What do you think? I want to see if I can help. Matt and I were so good.
I think she's nuts for not trying to work things out with you.
Yeah.
You tell me the truth, and I'll run your company. But if I find out you lied to me, I'll light that place on fire and watch it burn.
Ooh. Okay, so there's a lot to talk about. I'm going to go through scene by scene, like I always do, and we'll see what we
Actually, met before.
come up with. Okay, why spoil this? I saw this episode, I think about, it's close to a month ago now. And so when I got the episodes from Showtime, they gave me 1 through 3. And then a few weeks later, 4 and 5. And so I saw Alice's mom, and then straight away afterwards, this episode, and Sherry Jaffe's in it. And I just, when last week in the trailer, when Alice's mom was there, I was like, oh, maybe it's because they've mentioned her a lot, and like everybody figured Alice would be going back to her house because, her and Nat broke up. But they could have done, the stuff with Alice's mom like off screen. So I still thought it was crazy that they showed that in the trailer. And then this week to show, like, I did a poll on or not a poll, but like I said on my comments, guess who the person is that's coming back. And only one person guessed that it was Sherry Jaffe, and it was one of my Patreons, Lisa. So Lisa won a shirt because she was the only person who guessed right. But that's what I mean. No one was expecting it. So why spoil this? Like when it's the very beginning, and obviously like Tess, as she says, oh, I'm seeing someone. So whenever the Sherry comes in, it was such a surprise to me, and I was like, holy fucking shit. But now people have seen it because the trailer plays like immediately after the episode too. So I feel like most people watch the trailer for the next week.
We're not back together, if that's what you think. I don't think.
Finley does not look good here. Finley does not look good. I mean, last episode we saw her running into the liquor store, and I think we can, draw our own conclusions from that. I don't know. I really wish we would get more backstory on Finley and like what went on when she went home and things like that. But Sophie is just fucking everything up because she's fucked things up with Dani, like, and then gone back and slept with Dani, and then Dani's like on her own, and now Finley like found out about it and has relapsed, or however you want to phrase this, and she does not look good. I foresee trouble, big flashing lights trouble.
My dad, he needs a kidney.
Okay, we'll talk about this in a minute.
I want to see if I can help. Matt and I were so good.
I think she's nuts for not trying to work things out with you.
You told me.
Okay, so Alice and Tom, we've all seen the pictures. I'll put them up here in case you guys haven't, where they're at the beach with the lobsters, and that's obviously where we get our title from. And I think that they are growing closer. I really like the Tom character. I like Donald Faison. I think he's really funny. And I think that Leisha Haley and Donald Faison have like a really, just like a nice energy between them. I'd be really interested to see like what went on with them and how that would be incorporating him into like their friend group, because Tom does seem very fish out of water. Like LA is not his thing, and like Alice is like the pinnacle of that, like LA queer, oh look at us, we're brunching and all that crap. So I just think I can't imagine Tom like sitting across from Bette Porter at lunch while Bette's like pretentiously going on about art and like Pippa's there or something. It'd be pretty funny. Okay, last little bit.
Truth, and I'll run your company. But if I find out you lied to me, I'll light that place on fire and watch it burn.
Oy, oy, oy. Oh, Dios mío. So, Dani here, I mean, it looks like she's in a prison visiting her dad. He's in like one of those jumpsuits. And, ooh, how the mighty have fallen, because we are used to seeing him in his, you know, tailored, expensive suits. And, yeah, he looks pretty damn rough. So it looks like Dani is going to be taking over the running of her family's company. I have said this before, that I do find it odd that there's no one else in her family that's, like, involved. Because, okay, we know she's an only child, I'm assuming, and we know that her mom has passed away, but like surely her parents had siblings, or there's like a cousin or something here. As some of you guys know, I work in my family business, and most of my family don't work in it. It's mostly the oldest child of each of the siblings. It's just very odd, because I know whenever anything happens, like my cousins and I, we're all directors, so someone can't just come in and be like, okay, you're in charge. This could all probably come down to, don't think so seriously about this, like it's a TV show, they're only, you know, putting in what they have to. So I am kind of interested in what goes on with Dani's family and her company, as I don't think that there's huge representation for young women going into that situation anyway, but also what it means to be the queer child that's taking over these things and going into family work environment, or even just work environments in that way. So I'm really interested in seeing this, and then also just seeing Dani as, you know, we're not quite sure what age she's supposed to be, but I know Ari is like around my age, so she's supposed to be like late 20s, early 30s, and how that is moving in this very fast-paced and high up world that Dani is. Like I like seeing her and Gigi and Bette, and like that's always been a strong point for me about the representation on the show, is that I like that they have big careers and they're kind of making their own way in the world. So I really like that, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more of Dani, and if she takes over for her dad, like how that will change her life and how everything's going. So it is going to be interesting too, because I feel like Dani has been very ostracized, because her dad's in jail. We know that her mom has been gone for a while. She doesn't have any siblings. Her fiance, her best friend is living with the fiance who like fucked her over. So I mean, enter Gigi. Like, come on, girl. I really am looking forward to seeing them together. Although I do love Bette. I just don't think that that's like long term there. So I would really love to see Gigi come in and kind of be with Dani and like fill this void. And I think that they could be like a really good match. Okay, I went off on like a really long tangent there. So I'm going to play the little clip now with Bette and Carrie, and then we're going to talk about the Bette, Tina, Carrie, Angie, Micah scene.
I haven't seen my mother in 30 years. She barely raised me. I am who I am, despite her, not because of her.
Is she still alive?
I wouldn't know. She left me.
Well, wouldn't it be amazing if you could reconnect with her?
No, it wouldn't be amazing.
How do you know?
Same way you know you don't like fucking scallops, Carrie. I tried it once and it wasn't for me.
So first off, we hear about Marcus Allenwood, and he's in need of a kidney transplant. And again, shit we were right about, even down to the organ, we got it right. So Angie is having a session with Micah, and she's asked Bette, Tina, and Carrie to come in. Obviously, she's saying she wants to be a donor or check if she can be a donor. So it doesn't take any stretch of the imagination to think how Bette is going to react to this, because yeah, she's going to be wild. So the scene is very long, and I did see some people being like, why is Bette expected to be in therapy with Carrie? And the therapy session is Angie's. She's asked them to be here. So, and the reason that it'll all make sense when you see it. I promise it'll make sense. But I definitely think this episode is the Laurel Holloman heaviest that's been in Generation Q. She's in the episode quite a lot. She's got some big scenes, and I think all the Laurel Holloman fans will be really happy with this one. Also, I think that, I mean, come on, you guys have all seen the picture and the trailer from, that was even before episode 1 started, I think. So yeah, I think that there is going to be like the smidgen of hopes. So for all the Bette and Tina beating hearts out there, so you don't want to miss this episode. I absolutely promise you. I loved episodes 4 and 5. I've always said since I watched them, I feel like they're 2 parts, or like a start and finish of a movie. There's a lot going on. They both kind of bleed over in the sense that the thing with Alice and Tom, and then Tess and Shane, and then you've got Sherry Jaffe, and then these huge Bette, Tina, and Carrie scenes, which are very, very heavy and like emotionally labored scenes. So again, everybody did a phenomenal job in episode 5. Like especially Jennifer Beals, Laura Holloman, Rosie O'Donnell, and Jordan Hull. I don't like to talk too much about young cast members, and it's why I don't highlight them a ton in my videos or really ever mention them in my Instagram or anything like that. It's not because I don't think they're talented, it's just because they're young, and I just don't think it's appropriate. So I think that they all killed it in this scene. And I also think that Leo Sheng deserves like big kudos, because he did great in this scene. And with such powerhouses like, Jennifer Beals, Laurel, and Rosie, he did a really great job. And I think that he held his own in this scene with them. So awesome job, Leo, too. So I could talk all day about each of these episodes. So you do not want to miss episode 5. I'm telling you, whoever's your favorite character, but especially if you are a Bette and Tina fan, you don't want to miss this episode. There's a lot of Laura Holloman in it. and Rosie O'Donnell fans, Kate Manning fans, Leisha Haley fans, everybody. It's a really good episode, and I haven't seen episode 6 yet, but I think I'm going to get it soon. And judging by the pictures I put up yesterday, which go check them out on my Instagram, which you should follow me on social media because I post a lot of stuff like this when they, like, the second they come out. So you don't want to miss them. And this episode looks so good. It looks so good. I spoke to my, like, Showtime rep yesterday and they've seen it and they were like, oh my god, it's amazing, but they haven't released it to the press yet. Not that I'm pressed, but I'm getting chucked in there for some reason. Thank my lucky stars, I guess. So that was the trailer breakdown for episode 5. You do not want to miss this. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, you're following on social media. Check out my merch store down in the description box. If you want to become a VIP Silver Star, check out that in the description box too. Don't forget that I go live for this week and next week. It's on Monday at 7 p.m. UK, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. And we talk all about the episode and theories, predictions. It's a really fun time and there's been a lot of people coming. So it's a good time to come. And also, don't forget, I am running 2 competitions at the moment. If you want to win any, I don't have any on today actually, any L Word merch, t-shirts, water bottles, hoodies, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, like the video, and comment on this or any trailer breakdown. And if you want to win a signed, autographed Jennifer Beals photograph from her L Word photograph book, any choice of picture, your choice, then make sure that you are subscribed, like the video, and comment on any of my episode reviews. You can comment on every single review and you'll be entered 10 times. So make sure that you do those. And as I said before, make sure you follow me on social media as well. If there's ever anything you need to know, it's mostly in the description box, so always check there. And as always, make sure to stay safe, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you back here on Sunday for my episode 4 review and also a brand new episode of Drinks at Dana's on Apple and Spotify. So take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.